Hi everyone, I'm going to try and make you chicken pate, one of the recipes people are after. So come in a bit closer, Sue, and we'll have a look at the ingredients we've got. So that's the chicken liver I get. It's Dutch organic from Waitrose. I buy it when it's reduced and pop it in the freezer and then defrost it when I need it. We're going to use some coconut oil. I'm going to use all of this tin. There's about 150 grams left in here. The recipe I looked at asked for 200 grams, so I'm going to use a little less than the recipe. Then we've got salt and pepper and some thyme. I've also got some onions here that have already been chopped. They were frozen as well because we haven't got any nice ones, and I got some garlic ready to go. So first thing I wanted to do is I've gone through this liver already and cut out little bits of sinew and cut it in half. So I'm just going to show you how I do that. So you cut it in half and then you try and get the little bits of sinew and stuff like that off the liver. With these ones from Waitrose, they do a pretty good job of already having done a lot of that. If you ever buy them from the butcher, you'll get a lot more connective tissue with them, so you probably have to trim a lot more. So this one that I've just done, the last one, is actually pretty good anyway, and there's not a lot of gristle on it. So as you can see, I've got that much left. That's probably all good liver ready to go. This is the bits that I've cut off. So I've got a fairly large frying pan. I'm just going to put the heat on, okay, and then I'm going to add some coconut oil. If you were doing this normally, you might be adding butter. Some recipes allow you to use like duck fat and bacon fat, those kinds of things. Those are all fairly good options. Butter is the common one. People like cream, they add all sorts of things to it. But I'm going to go with coconut oil because at this stage in the program, that's where we are. But if you're doing other things, then you're allowed to vary this up as you see fit. I would imagine doing it with duck fat would be quite nice, but I haven't got any duck fat, so I'm just going to use this. So I'm going to roll it around until it all melts, and then I'm going to add my liver and do that first. When you're cooking the liver, you want it to remain quite pink on the inside. So as a rough rule of thumb, about 4 to 6 minutes. Okay? So these have been cooking for about 3 to 4 minutes now. I've got them on a medium heat. You can see they're getting nice and brown. Turn them once, we're going to keep on turning them as we go through. You see a little bit of blood is coming out of them. We'll probably need another minute or so. And they'll be pink on the inside and brown on the outside. It's looking, they've been on for about 5 minutes. I'll give it another minute more, I think, and then we'll turn it off. And I'm going to set these to one side and then cook the onions. So I think that's about done. I'm just going to turn off the heat. And I'm just going to take out the liver and I'm going to put them on the side. If you want to see what the inside of one of these looks like, they split quite easily when you're cooking them. So you can see inside it's a little bit pink, but not too
perfect.
So, okay, so now I'm going to add onions to the pan.
What else is on there?
Okay, I'm going to put in actually some more oil. As I said, I had about 150 grams. The recipe I've been looking at asked for a lot more than that. So I'm just going to make sure I put in enough oil. I'm going to put the heat back on. Okay, so I've added some more oil to the pan. The idea with the onions is you want to cook them, but you don't want to brown them. So we're going to put it on a very medium heat. We're going to get them in. Okay, and we're going to cook them for a couple of minutes so they start to soften, but don't go brown. Okay, and then we've got some garlic that I've chopped up. I'm just going to add that in. Cook it for another couple of minutes. That was 2 to 3 cloves. I'm just going to sprinkle it in about a tablespoon. So I'm going to use half a teaspoon. This is Himalayan pink salt. The only salt you should use, really. Just add that in there. I'm just going to add half a teaspoon of pepper as well. Okay. I'm going to use a NutriBullet today. Got a large pot. They'll give you a very, very fine pate. It'll blend it quite smooth. So we've added the liver. Now we're going to add the last little bits of juice from the liver. So I'm just going to add to the pot. If I was adding something like port or sherry, then this would be the time I would put this on the heat, put the sherry around there, and take it from there. But I'm not going to do that this time because we're just going to stick with a non-alcoholic. So there you are. I'm going to put the lid on. I can see it's reasonably liquidy because there's a lot of fat in there. We're just going to pop it on the food processor and away we go. Let's pull this forward. We're getting quite close there. So with the NutriBullet,